And welcome this morning. It's Monday, February the 20th. I'm not going to say welcome. I do that when you're gone sometimes, but I'm just not doing it.
What's wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. Is there? I mean, no, wait a minute.
Oh, don't ask
Let
that.
me start that.
No,
There's
let's stop.
Plenty wrong with me.
I've got my list. I've always prepared, waiting for that question. I've got it right here. It's 2 pages long.
What's number one on that list, Dan?
Wow. Wow. Just wow.
You know, people, it's probably legit. Probably a legit thing to say.
There is no one I have ever met that comes anywhere close to your total
package.
Whatever. I can't even come up with a word.
I'm a lot. Would you say I'm a lot?
You're like that concentrated Tide that's on sale at Walmart right now. A little bit goes a long way.
Man, it's true. You know, and I was just telling Dan, I said, sometimes my husband doesn't really want to be in my brain because it's everywhere. But yesterday I was just talking, and sometimes I feel like I just have to talk to fill the empty space. And he is not that person whatsoever.
He's totally opposite.
He is totally opposite.
Yeah.
So I just kind of try to... It's really hard for me to sit in a car and drive anywhere and not say a word. That part is very hard for me. But, you know, whatever.
Do you talk to the other people that are on the road?
Only if they do stupid things.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like if somebody's at the stoplight and it turns green and you're coming up behind them and they're just sitting there. I mean, do you, are you one of those?
Go. Yes.
Do you think they hear you?
No. But the voices in my head.
I wonder how close, how much different it would be for a person that functions in daily life versus somebody with the same brain structure that ends up being a psychotic killer.
Why are you comparing that?
I don't know. I just wonder there's probably a thin red line between one or the other.
Which side of the line do you think I'm on, Dan?
I don't know.
Let's be real.
You're right there on the edge.
Let's be real.
You're right there on the edge.
Okay. Well, you know, I teeter until I totter over and then get back up and dust myself up and go again.
I just wonder about that stuff. My mind is full of questions.
Yes, it is. So, did you have a decent weekend?
Yeah.
This camera, I don't like it.
You don't like that camera? Well, hold on a second. Hold on, I'll fix it for you.
No, it's got too much headroom. Now it's got not enough headroom.
Hold on.
There we go.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, that's better. What did you do? Nothing?
No. We got a new refrigerator.
I know.
Yeah, and the water line wasn't hooked up, and I had an issue with my main shutoff valve.
Yeah.
Doesn't work in the house. I mean, it just spins. So I've got to go down to the road, which is half a mile away or whatever, and turn the water off. And I bought these shark fittings. You know what a shark fitting is? If you've got copper plumbing, and you want to do anything with copper plumbing, you have to sweat the joints. You got to put solder or whatever on the joints, and you got to have a torch and the whole thing.
Yes. Okay.
Well, these shark connections, you just cut off what you want and pop these things on, and they don't leak.
Wow.
Of course, they're pretty expensive. Like one little half-inch cock valve where you turn it on and off. It's like $12.
Okay.
But I'm thinking,
that's worth the $12.
Oh my gosh, it's worth $12 not to see a drop of water come out of the bottom of the thing because you did something wrong.
Right.
Anyway, so I got everything hooked up.
You're good?
Oh my gosh. I turned the water on and it went into the refrigerator, and every time the ice maker threw the ice, you can hear the ice kerplunk. We were just smiling like, we got ice.
You did it too. Aren't you proud of yourself?
It's just the little things in life that just
makes you smile.
Oh yeah.
But it's an accomplishment.
Why spend $10,000 taking a trip overseas somewhere when you can just listen to the ice pop in the refrigerator?
Well, you fix your own fridge so you can take that overseas trip, do you not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So there's a method to your madness. Yeah, I get it.
Better work on that.
Well, I'm glad that, I'm glad that you got that working.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's always kind of a
and no
pain in the
leaks.
rear.
No leaks anywhere.
Well, that's very good. I am so happy for you. Just saying, I am. I'm very pleased for you.
Okay.
I don't really know what else to say
so
about it.
What was your big Did you have a big list of things to do?
I will tell you this. We kept little Paxton Saturday night for a while.
This is your grandson.
This is my grandson. He's 4 months old. But we've kept him for a little while at night. But like he was going to be going to sleep at our house and they were going to come get him later. And kid would not go to sleep. Little twerp was...
Why?
I don't know. He took a little cat nap. But when they brought him, it was 7:38, and he usually goes to bed around 8:30, and they said he'll probably just take a bottle and pass out. Well, He took a part of a bottle, not even the whole bottle, and then he just got PO'd.
Right.
He fights sleep, and he was fighting it tooth and nail. And when they came and got him about 12:15 or so, and they said they took him home. He's not slept through the night until that night. He slept 7 hours because I guess he didn't sleep at our house very well.
Yeah.
And of course, neither.
How does he like when he's awake? I mean, does he like?
He was, except for that night, because I know he was worn. He was tired. He needed to go to sleep, and he just fought it so bad that he wouldn't do it. But usually he's happy. He's smiling at you and all that.
Does he play around and?
Well, he can't do anything yet, really.
I know he's just laying there, but he's playing.
He's starting to grab, So
yeah, okay. Well,
but it was, and I get up at 6 o'clock on Sunday morning to get ready to be at church by 7:45.
Yeah,
and I have struggled a little getting out of bed. But
you were wore out, huh?
I was worn out, yeah. But we had a good time. I got to keep, anytime you get to keep your little grandkids, you usually enjoy it. So. Even
Could
when they're
you do that
itty-bitty.
like for 2 weeks solid?
I don't want to, and we have told them prior to that night that I'd love to keep him, but let's maybe wait till he sleeps through the night. Mm-hmm. How about that? If at all possible, we would prefer to wait till he sleeps.
How does that change their life?
What do you mean?
They were together before and kind of living a relaxed.
Dude, they're living for the baby, just like you always
do
when you have a child. That's something that people forget. I think to nurture each other, nurture your spouse or your whoever during that process of having kids, because it's so focused on the kid and they're so time demanding. That you have to remember to. Never mind. I'm not going to give you my marriage counseling. But that's kind of
you want to charge for it.
I would like to. So if you would like more information, please just send a message on Around the Table. I will give you my prices.
Well, I've seen your certificate on your wall. Oh, it was printed with a dot matrix printer, but still a certificate.
Meanwhile, the weather's going to be nicer. So let's just
it's going to be really nice.
Really, really nice. And the sun's out today, and it is increasing clouds with a high of 65 for today. I love that. With 20-mile-per-hour gusts possible. Tonight, mostly clear with a low of 41. We're above freezing.
Oh, that's camping out weather.
Oh, you need to think about that,
Dan. Yeah.
Tomorrow will be sunny with a high of 70. Bring it on. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 47. And then Wednesday, a 20% chance of showers comes into play with a high of near 64. Wow. And Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 36. And take it away, man.
Thurday, it looks like it's going to be sunny with a high near 58 degrees. And then for the overnight low, it's going to be 36, mostly clear. Could be windy overnight. Friday, sunny with a high near 66, and then Friday night, 43. Saturday and Sunday, high in the lower to mid 60s. So that's going to be a nice.
I'm not going to bank on the fact that we're done with the winter weather, like the colder weather.
We're going to get some more cold.
We always do.
Yeah, we always do.
But I keep my fingers crossed right at the moment that it's short-lived if it comes, and I am not in this vicinity when it does.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah. So, enjoy the weather.
Yes.
Enjoy the day. The snow there's a lot of snow still out here outside the radio station.
Well, it'll be there for a few days.
And it's a muddy mess at my house, but you know what? I'll take it. All right. How about we do some topic to ponder?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about that. Okay. I had forgotten about doing those this weekend.
I wondered because this was kind of a hodgepodge.
And I started thinking about it, and it was getting late. And it is a hodgepodge. And so I got on Grok. You know what Grok is? Do you have X?
Yes.
Well, if you open X and you go to the bottom row, right there in the middle, it says Grok.
Okay.
It's like an AI. Yeah. And I typed in, give me 5 one-sentence topic to ponders.
Okay.
That the everyday person can understand about our society.
Okay.
And I came up with several. And then I went back in and asked for 5 more. And then I refined them all because some of them are just so out of this world.
They get kind of squirrely, don't they?
They get squirrely. But anyway, these are some of the ones that we came up with.
Wow. All right. Well.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
And the first one up, I'm going to read it.
Okay.
And I'm asking you this question. Do you believe that there could possibly be another dimension?
At least one.
Okay. And I had to ask Dan, what is the word?
What a dimension.
Yeah. What does
verify?
What do you verify? Not verify, but explain what you mean by dimension.
Explain by a dimension.
And tell me what you say.
There's several different dimensions. There's one dimension, which is flat.
Right.
There's two-dimensional, which is something you can see around, and then there's three-dimensional, which is this is three-dimensional. This is three-dimensional. A fourth dimension is something else, like something not seen. So, and then people even say that there's a fifth dimension.
So you're kind of referencing the fourth dimension. Or
yeah.
not?
Yes.
Something you can't see.
Something you can't see. Is there something there that we don't see or feel or whatever? Is there a...
My answer is yes.
Okay.
I think... I'm not going to... I have no idea if there's other life forms, but I don't know why there wouldn't be in other areas. Why would we be privy to, Earth? I mean, just Earth having...
That's a good example, would be aliens.
Right.
We don't see them, but I don't see a tree in here, but I know that it exists because I've seen them.
Right. Well,
but it's not in a fourth dimension or a fifth dimension.
Right.
It's
and my answer was what? God. I said God. You can't see him, but I mean, I know not everyone believes that way. Okay, and that's fine. But I do.
Let me ask you this: if you could step into that dimension, would it be a different realm? Meaning, would it have a floor? Would it have a different sky? Would it have people walking around?
I don't know.
Do you think that there's people walking through this wall right now? That would be a different dimension.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't think there's people walking through that wall right now, but I don't know. There could be.
Yeah. If you were in another dimension.
Exactly.
It could be.
It's hard for my brain to process that.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to. It's supposed to keep you locked in.
What do you think?
I believe all that stuff. I believe. I believe.
That's why the question was chosen for today.
No, not really.
But kind of.
Well, I know that people are believe in one-dimensional things.
Right.
And sometimes there's more than one. Yeah,
I believe there's a bug in here.
No, that was from another dimension.
Well, the topic to ponder. Topic to ponder is: do you believe that there could be possibly? No. Do you believe that there could possibly be another dimension? I'm assuming it's on our Facebook page. I have not checked this morning. Dan will do that, and we invite you to go to our Facebook page and answer that question.
It's there.
All righty then, and we're going to move on because I'm running behind. So here we go with Today in History.
Okay.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're number one. Love it. Love it.
45 years ago today, 2 days after upsetting the Soviet Union, the U.S. Olympic hockey team defeated Finland to win gold in Lake Placid. Those fans were on hand to congratulate the team the very next day.
We heard it on the radio this morning that there was going to be an announcement, We thought it was marvellous, so we've come up to see if we can see him. I think she should make an excellent queen.
44 years ago today, Buckingham Palace announced the engagement of Britain's Prince Charles to Lady Diana Spencer. This woman outside the palace gates was thrilled about it.
Okay, and next.
Everybody was sort of getting ready to either have a snack or go to sleep or read, and most people were in the seats, and they were just gone.
36 years ago today, a cargo door blew off a United Airlines Boeing 747 flying near Hawaii, sucking 9 passengers out of the plane to their deaths. Diane Garber was one of the passengers who landed safely with that plane.
Is that the one? Is that the one where the whole top was taken off and there were people sitting in their seats when they landed?
Well, it says the cargo door, so I don't know
what happened.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
What we were trying to say is that there is a line. There is a line where media may not go.
37 years ago, the Supreme Court sided with Hustler magazine in the Jerry Falwell defamation case. The magazine, published by Larry Flint, had printed a parody ad that said that the conservative political commentator had his first sexual encounter with his mother. Hustler argued that this was protected under the First Amendment and a piece of parody. The Supreme Court decision to side with the magazine was a huge win in defending the First Amendment protection of parody. Falwell said he had sought to draw a line when the magazine involved his deceased mother.
Wow. Okay.
I have directed General Norman Schwarzkopf, in conjunction with coalition forces, to use all forces available to eject the Iraqi army from Kuwait.
34 years ago today, less than 6 weeks into the Gulf War, ground operations began. Kuwait was liberated 3 days later.
Okay.
I am deeply sorry for any accident that Toyota drivers have experienced.
15 years ago today, back in 2010, testifying before Congress, Toyota CEO apologized personally and repeatedly for safety lapses that led to a widespread recalls.
That was 2010, 15 years ago. Wow. Okay.
My mother has dictated my whole life. She chose my schools, my career, which women I should see. I am 56 years old. It's time I stop letting her control me.
This is number 10. 80 years ago today, actor Barry Bostwick was born. His roles include the mayor of Spin City. I got out of order there, Dan. Next up will be 7.
Okay. Weinstein is a vicious serial sexual predator who used his power to threaten, rape, assault, trick, humiliate, and silence his victims.
This was 5 years ago today. Former Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein was convicted in New York on charges of rape and sexual assault involving 2 women. District Attorney Cy Vance praised the verdict.
Okay.
Putin will be a pariah on the international stage. Any nation that countenances Russia's naked aggression against Ukraine will be stained by association.
3 years ago today, Russia began a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, launching airstrikes on cities and military bases and sending troops and tanks from multiple directions. Ukraine's government pleaded for help as civilians piled into trains and cars to flee the violence. World leaders condemned the attack and many promised sanctions. Here is President Biden when he addressed the American people about that.
In the recent past, there were several situations with similar indications, similar rumors. And I never believed in them, convinced that nothing serious would happen. I was wrong.
This was 3 years ago today. Russia began a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, launching airstrikes on cities and military bases and sending troops and tanks from multiple directions. Ukraine's government pleaded to help as civilians piled into trains and cars to flee the violence. World leaders condemned the attack and many promised sanctions. Secretary General of the United Nations Antonio Guterres spoke at the United Nations Security Council emergency meeting.
And then 78 years ago today, singer-songwriter Rupert Holmes was born. You know him best for the song Escape, better known as the Pina Colada Song.
Okay.
And there you have it for today.
We also have a birthday cut. 80 years ago today, actor Barry Bostwick was born.
We did that one, but okay, go ahead.
We did that one?
We did. I got it out of order.
Oh.
Yes, we did. But
okay.
you can do it if you want to do it
Nope.
again.
Nope.
I just thought I'd stop you.
I knew you said we were out of order.
Oh, that was
But
it.
I thought you were the judge, and I was,
You're out of order. We're going to take a break.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we will be visiting with Toby Atkinson with Ozark Opportunities. Stay with us. We'll be back after all this stuff. Hang in there. Welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann as we're visiting with our guests.
We're talking about boat dock prices.
They're outrageous, people. If you don't know, they're done.
I've never slipped a boat, so I don't know. But I was curious and asked the question, and I was blown away. I guess I was looking for a boat dock.
Tony and I were both talking about the price of what it is now, and I said if our boat breaks, we're done because we're not going to just keep doing that. But
why do you think the price has gone up so much?
I don't really know. Insurance. That's what they say is insurance.
Yeah, I think it's insurance.
Well,
I know our insurance went up about 35% this year for our agency.
Yes, and I just did some shopping on that because it's silly. I mean, it seems silly. I guess everything's up, right? So there you are. But anyway, but we have Tony Atkinson in the house, and Tony is with Ozark.
Toby.
I'm sorry, Toby. I'm so sorry, Tony.
It's all right.
Sorry,
it's all right, Tony.
Toby. Toby Atkinson with Ozark Opportunities, and I want you to tell us, a rundown of what Ozark Opportunities is, as well as, everything about it. I mean, anything you want to hit on, for real. This is your time.
We talked. I have 3 hours, so I'll get started.
Y'all, we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah. So we started in 1966 during the War on Poverty. So we've been around 59 years, and we have gotten better as we've aged. I will say, some things don't.
That's true.
But as an agency, we've grown into a family development corporation. So what we do is we support families to become stable, and then we support them to become empowered and to develop skills and abilities to work their way out of poverty, to improve their socioeconomic.
Okay, so that's your main focus is the socioeconomic aspect of it. Okay.
Yes. So we do have an 18-member board of directors. So we cover 6 counties: Baxter, Boone, Marion, Newton, Searcy, and Van Buren. They are my bosses. So I get to go recruit my bosses. And so, yes. That's
not every job.
Not every job.
That's that opportunity, man.
Do you get to do that? And so we have a fantastic board of directors. We're short 1 board member right now in Marion County. So we've about filled the board roster. And so their job is to make sure that what we're doing meets the needs of the communities. We do a needs assessment. We just finished it. We're wrapping it up and should have those results here very soon. And it's what you would expect. People need good paying jobs with benefits. People need help with transportation expenses. People need help when they have a gap in what they need. So, you can imagine your car breaks down. And you're paycheck to paycheck. What do you do?
You can't get to work.
Can't get your kids to school. It's a problem. And so our agency has what we call Emergency and Stability Assistance Program. They can apply for that, and they can get help with whatever it is that they need. All of our programs are income-based. So you have to be within certain income guidelines. The issue with that is we run 8 or so programs, and every program just about has a different income eligibility or criteria or something like that. So I tell people just apply. Come by the agency and see what you're eligible for.
Okay.
We're a hand up, not a handout. And that's something we say often in our work is that, we have the LIHEAP, the Utility Assistance Program. That's a program where people can apply. They get a payment toward their utility bill.
So it sounds like the programs are individually based temporarily.
Right.
Like if you have a problem this month, we're going to help you this month, and we're done until you have another problem.
Well, that helps to not create dependency on it, for one, and to make people self-sustain. They have to be self-sustaining to be able to thrive, since you're not just continuing to finance them, I guess is a way to put it.
Yes, we don't have any programs that are ongoing except for our child development programs, which is a high-quality learning environment for children. So even though it is an ongoing program, it's not ongoing forever. It's however long that child is in the program. We do 0 to 5 years old.
Okay.
So we have infant, toddler, and pre-K programs. We have 298 slots right now. We have opened Early Head Start in 4 locations. In Baxter, we have it at Mountain Home. We have one here in Harrison. We have one in Yellville now that's brand new this year, and one in Clinton.
So the Ozark Opportunities, that part of it is for 0 to 5. You're saying?
The Early Head Start.
Okay.
That's one of our programs.
Is it kind of like what? Like, what do they learn?
So that's what's so interesting is it's not just drop your kid off and we make sure they're, they're safe and we feed them. It is engagement. And so it's a 1-to-4 ratio. So we have a teacher for every 4 kids. And their job is to engage with those children, whether they're 6 weeks old or, 3 years old, to make sure that they're learning. And so that's an interesting concept for them to do. It's a fantastic program. It's an expensive program to operate, as you can imagine, with the 1-to-4 ratio.
Sure.
A lot of staff. We have 105 staff. I just checked this morning before I came here. We have 105 staff across 6 counties.
Wow.
So it's a pretty big.
Now these kids are underdeveloped mentally, or are they normal kids?
It's income-based.
Oh, it's income-based, okay.
There are points, so we have a point system, and that's one thing people don't understand is when you apply for our programs, especially Head Start, Early Head Start, there's a point system. So someone can come in and have more points and get in today, and someone else be put on a waiting list. So that's why I tell people apply. You don't know. There's 4 categorical eligible groups, and that is foster care, homeless, income, low income, and if they receive SNAP or those kind of benefits, they get more points, max points. So I tell people, apply for the program, and it's by location. So someone may have more points for Yellville or for Mountain Home. It depends on the waiting list at each location. So so we tell people, you need to put down, if you're willing to take your kid to multiple locations, definitely put those down.
Okay.
Because they may get into one and not the other.
Right.
So, but Yellville is our newest center, Early Head Start, and we are partnering directly with the Yellville schools. That's been a fantastic partnership for us. They believe in the program, and they're supporting that program very well over there.
And do the schools help you find these students?
They do. They'll refer people to us.
Yeah.
We are in schools in a lot of places, and that's a fantastic thing for us. It's a win-win. They get high-quality early learning, and we get a great place to have those kids.
Don't you find out when people's income may be limited or they're going through problems that sometimes the kids suffer from that? Do you know what I mean? I mean, not necessarily like mentally, but yes. It's hard, and it's hard to give the nurturing care that you need to a child sometimes when you're going through a heck of a struggle, especially maybe you're a single parent. Who knows the scenario? Right. But I just think that's a wonderful opportunity for them to be able to advance, or maybe they can't right now at home or whatever.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up, because the one thing I've always said about Head Start, Early Head Start is it's a 2-part program. Everyone knows about the kid getting care. It's a 50-50 program. So 50% of our emphasis is on the parents.
I would think so.
Which is awesome. And you wouldn't believe the number, and I don't have it on me, of people that have come into our program as a parent. They end up subbing for us. They figure out, hey, I can do this. They end up going back to school. They get their AA, and then they end up, actually teaching.
That's your success story right
there.
That's
our
success
stories. Yes.
Yeah. They just need an opportunity.
That's it.
A hand up.
Yeah.
A hand up.
Wow. Okay. Well, I saw some advertisement for some newer or some program you were trying to blast about. I don't know what that program is, but
that was probably
is it gone?
Maybe.
Oh,
our Lily we had a lily pad program. We were trying to recruit for toddlers in Harrison. It didn't make. However, the state completely rewrote that program, and we did get slots in Mountain Home. And so we're going to be opening those soon. So Mountain Home's going to get those. Mountain Home for us is a growth area. Harrison has a lot more early care than Mountain Home does.
Opportunities elsewhere,
for
you
kids
mean?
to go.
Okay.
And so that we put those slots over there. But we have 32 early Head Start slots in Harrison.
How many are filled?
They're always full with a waiting list in Harrison.
Okay.
Yeah. And so if I could do anything, that's why we did at our location at 701 East Prospect, we added some classrooms, and we're going to do that lily pad program. We will likely add some more classrooms there because the toddlers, especially, we can fill pretty quick. It's the pre-K that's pretty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, these programs, it sounds like since 1966, you've added programs.
Yes.
Are you always wanting to add more, or are you just like, we can't do it anymore? How does that work?
That's a good point. So one thing that I've heard from multiple staff, because I'm the big idea guy, and I'll come up with something from through the needs assessment. I'm like, we need to do this.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, great. Who's going to do it?
Yeah.
So that's it. You got to have the funding to hire someone high quality.
Yeah.
We've built a high quality team at the agency to lead us into the future. Right now, of course, with all of the craziness with funding, we don't know how things are going to go, but we're going to do our best.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
How are you funded?
We're 95% federal.
Well, that was going to be one of my questions. Has the new change in Elon Musk and all that, has that changed? It sounds like you guys work, though.
We work hard. I think that one of the things we're dealing with right now is there aren't people in the positions that they need to be at the federal level to release money. And so I have a couple programs that we're just kind of in a holding pattern until that gets done. We have grant agreements for everything else, but right now we're really trying to share with our legislators, this is what we're doing. You know, we take every dollar and we make sure that we do the best with it we can. We take care of our staff. We make sure that they are receiving high quality benefits and a good work environment. But you know, we can only run as long as we receive funds. And so that's something that we're trying to get that word back to our legislators. We're a good investment. I was asked early on in my career when I came here, you know, why should I borrow money from another country to pay for your programs? And my answer was, we are an investment in the future of the country because we are helping families to improve their skill sets and improve, you know, break the cycle of poverty so that their kids can see them succeeding.
Wow.
And so then they'll want to do the same.
Have you gotten any mandates or emails from the federal government about anything yet?
When the pause occurred, we were unable to pull funds, and so we were on pins and needles. And so then we ended up getting a memo later in the day, and so we ended up getting the money we needed, so that was great. We're fortunate that we have a very small amount of money to float us, as they say, so we can process payroll and then get reimbursed.
Yeah.
That money won't last long, so that's one of the things where we got to make sure we keep that federal money flowing.
I'd say, you know, if it's not resolved soon in some way, I see a lot of chaos.
Sure.
And they need to understand that, too, that you can't just create chaos.
Right.
You know.
So, I don't know what I was going to ask.
Oh.
It's gone.
Was there anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, from the community.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, too. If there was anything that the community can do besides maybe just make sure people are aware of this.
I think awareness, we do not do any large fundraising events, and that's purely because I'm well aware, having, you know, live and work in this community and engage with all of these other nonprofits, that there's many of those nonprofits that need the community resources to survive. And if we start fundraising, we're gonna pull from those. So we haven't done that, and so I think it's more about people knowing what Ozark Opportunities does. We do have a website, www.ozarkopp.org. People can go there. We're working on that LIHEAP program to make it easier so people can do things online. We'll get that done soon. Right now, our offices are open Monday through Wednesday, 8 to noon and 12:30 to 4:30, Thursday and Friday by appointment. And that Winter LIHEAP program runs through March 31st of 2025 for the regular program, and Crisis ends at the end of April.
Tell people where you're located.
So we have our corporate offices are at 1856 Church Park Drive in Harrison, and that is actually facing 43 Highway, right
off 43 East.
Right, yeah, right on 43. And so we have a very fantastic location there. We have a location in Mountain Home on Bradley Drive, and then we have a location in the courthouse annex in Clinton. So we have 3 specific outreach locations.
Okay. So if you're listening to this and this is something, or you know someone that could benefit from this program, or you could yourself reach out to them, because like what he said, you never know till you apply and try, and they may be able to help you. So
absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you for coming in and you know, reminding us that you're out there and what you do, and we invite you to come back and keep us updated on any new programs or anything like that.
I'd love to.
We appreciate that very much.
All right. Thank you.
We're going to take a break. We're going to get him out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know you well enough to say that, but I just did. So, oh well. We'll be back after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Around the Table. Y'all, I was going through a bunch of PSA stuff just now, and I was not ready for that music. I was not ready for that music.
She had papers flying all over the place.
Still do, people. Oh, I don't even know what order I'm in anymore. That's how that goes. But you know what, Dan?
Yes?
It's okay, isn't it?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to hit on some local stuff. I'm trying not to go too far out, but like today is the 24th.
Yeah.
And I want to Memphis.
Info meeting.
What is that about, Dan?
It's I don't know.
The call.
The call.
The call.
Tell me about the call.
Informational meeting. The call has to do with foster homes and foster stuff.
Oh yeah, we've had those people on before.
So tonight.
Okay, so they're having an info meeting tonight. It's going to be at 715 West Sherman, Suite C. It's going to be tonight at 6 to 7 p.m. tonight. So if you're interested in the call and finding out more information about what they do, they're having that meeting tonight at 6 p.m.
Okay. Also, oh my goodness gracious, I hope this is up to date. Today, North 1st Street between East Ridge and East Rush will be closed.
Mm-hmm.
And it says from 7 a.m. to 3:30 for a sewer repair.
Okay.
We're not going to, y'all go look that address up because we've done that. It's the same area as we did before, which is kind of behind where the old chamber used to be up in that neighborhood.
And they're saying that they're going to have signs out. So watch out for workers because they will be below eye level.
Oh.
Because they're working on sewer. And they'll be prone. Sometimes they'll be in the ditch or in the hole or down below the line of sight. When you're in the car, you don't see children running around. So you need to be careful when you see those signs and don't run over a worker.
Thank you for that friendly PSA, Dan.
Yes.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow there will be Camp Jack Bingo at Quality Inn, and game begins at 6 p.m. Must be 18 to enter. $500 guaranteed progressive jackpot available.
Ooh, $500.
Get there early. Don't take anyone's seat because they will be mad at you if you do. From what I hear, it's a little competitive, perhaps.
Or you could get there extremely early, find a seat, and then take your chances.
You know what? Don't budge. Just see what happens. No, I don't know. I ran across. Well, go ahead with that one.
No,
I don't know what you're on.
This
but I'm on.
Join us at the Parks Sports and Concession Coordinator. We're seeking a dynamic multitasker to join our team to help make it all happen. This is the City of Harrison Parks and Recreation. Some of the duties are going to be talking about sports and league tournament promotion, scheduling and execution, concession stand and vending, planning and management. Serve your community with your skills and smile. No 2 days are the same. You can apply for this at, I guess you could apply at that
QR code.
That QR code.
You know, go to the Harrison Parks and Rec Facebook page or the website, which I'm not sure what the website is, but I'm pretty sure they have one. And
yes,
you can probably find that QR code.
HarrisonParks.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
it says apply ASAP because the season is going to start, yes.
Okay. Also, 3 Wishes for Ruby's Residence has a needs list. And I'm going to go over a few of those. Easter eggs and candy, travel size lotion, toiletries, individual chip packages, Little Debbie snack packages, cat or dog treats, Friskies pate, canned cat food and scoop litter, birdseed, washcloths, birthday themed trinkets, arts from kids. Now, I think they're not open presently at the
and it's kind
facility.
Of a mystery what's going on there.
Well, there's just some
of the plumbing or structural issues or something
that they're having trouble with. But you can call them, I'm sure, or go to their Facebook page and say, "Hey, I have some stuff to donate. Where do I go?"
Yeah,
and I bet they will hook you up in a heartbeat.
You know, and you can go to Walmart or probably the dollar store, and they have the little travel items.
Yes.
Go through there and pick up a handful of those stuff.
Yeah.
It's very inexpensive and donate.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great way to help our community. Also, Old Time, THYME, seed swap and plant trade will be happening Saturday, March 1st. That's right around the corner. And this will happen at Quality Feed, 311 East Prospect. And it is the Central Farmers and Artisans Market is who is sponsoring that. So you can take advantage of that.
And then up next in March, looks like the 15th, they're having an OCC County Fair. Jammin' for Jesus at the OCC County Fair. Celebrate what the Lord is doing in north central Arkansas, Saturday, March 15th. The Baxter County Fairgrounds, Mountain Home, Arkansas, from 10 to noon. That's a short time for a fair, but
yeah.
You can call for more information about that at 870-404-1030. It's open to the public.
Oh, okay. And also, coming up March 1st is, we talked a little bit about this last week, the Boone County Beekeepers Association Beginning Beekeeping Workshop. That will be from 9 to 4 on Saturday, March 1st. Cost is free. The location will be the North Arkansas College JPH Conference Room, and you can park down in the lower parking lot. And they're going to talk about the bee cycle and hive site selection and different things that you would need to start up a bee colony. So if you want information, you can call the Boone County Extension Office at 870-741-6168 or go to the meeting, again, at North Arkansas College JPH Conference Room on March 1st, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
I don't
It's
know.
break
We need to
time.
take a break.
Yeah, we do.
All right, so we will do that. Let me get all my papers out of the way, and I'll try to be back on time. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Streaming live on Facebook and Hometown TV, channel 26.1.
Welcome back. We are... Oh, thanks for being back in the frame, Dan.
Oh, you're welcome.
Dan had my head cut off. Welcome back to Around the Table. We're winding down this hour rather quickly. We have had
a nice little guest, yeah.
Ozark Opportunities in the house, and that was a good interview.
And I really don't think we scratched the surface on what they do.
Don't
either. And I understand that the new administration's going through and cutting and trying to save money, and it should, absolutely should. But I think there should be some care into making sure that the money that's going to organizations like the Ozark Opportunity. Yeah, I think there should be some. I mean, it looks like they actually do the work,
right?
As opposed to, people were complaining about all these jobs that were cut. Well, the people that were laid off, they had sent all the workers emails and said, what did you do yesterday at work? And the people
this was a blanket
email.
This
was to all the federal workers.
Okay.
And if they did not
in any capacity.
Yes.
Okay.
And if they didn't answer, they gave them time to answer.
Okay.
If they didn't answer, why didn't they answer?
Okay.
And they were supposed to answer what they did at work that day.
Okay.
Or what's your function, or whatever question they asked. But it was directed at their job function and what they did. And the people that could not even put two coherent sentences together about what they did, would that tip you off?
Or they ignored it.
Or
because
they ignored it.
Didn't want to answer it, which is, there's a word for that, but I can't think of what it is. But anyway, they should. You had your opportunity,
right? If you got an email from the radio station here and said, "What did you do today?" Could you lay out in a sentence or two what you did?
Yes.
Quickly.
Yes. It wouldn't take me long.
And if you didn't, would you think that they would come back and say, is there a problem with not answering?
But they didn't follow up with those, did they? Or did they follow up
with the email? I think they did everything they could to understand why they couldn't answer the question.
Oh, okay.
And why they weren't working.
Okay.
So they're just trying to find fraud, abuse, and
well, that's what's weighing a lot of the country down, right? And sucking the budget dry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are people that are not functioning as they should in their job, whether that be federal. If I was not doing job performance like I'm supposed to, would I expect to be here? No, I wouldn't.
Right.
I am not entitled.
If you have a job, they expect you to do certain things to be paid.
Yeah.
And if you're just getting paid and you're doing nothing, then that's a heck of a great job, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't you suck it dry?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
But it's time for a change, I guess, and it's happening, whether we like it or not. Oh, Dan, the man.
I was just going to say that we've got a couple minutes left. So you want to talk about what today is?
We got about 1 minute. We do, and it's National Tortilla Chip Day.
Tortilla.
How do you say it? Tortilla.
Yeah.
It's got L's in there. Tortilla. I used to say pico de gallo, whatever it is. I used to say that wrong too.
It's like not enchiladas, but tortillas. Tortillas.
Okay. It's National Tortilla Day. Go have a tortilla. What else?
It's World Bartender Day.
Oh, well, my son's a bartender. I guess go
you
bartenders.
Know when bartending started? Back in the 1400s.
Wow.
Today it's estimated there's 450,000 bartenders in the U.S., and your son is one of those?
Yeah.
And not all of them are guys.
No, they're not.
Yeah. I've seen some good female.
They're therapists in the process.
On the cruise ship. Boy, some of those girls
busy.
are awesome.
Hey, we'll be back tomorrow. We hope you'll join us for Around the Table from 9 to 10. Make that your daily thing. Bye. We're done.
10.
Bye.
From the Beefaroo Restaurant.